Hey everyone, my name is Ricardo, art styler Luizan, and I just wanted to share something with you really quick. I've been having some amazing experiences and conversations with individuals, and I feel so fortunate to be someone who is actually discovering my purpose. I'm coming to a place in my life where I'm realizing why I'm here. What is my purpose? Why am I on this earth? Why did God allow me to enter this earth? Each and every person has a purpose, and ways that I'm discovering that is helping me identify what my purpose is by firstly identifying my gifts and my talents. The things that you're passionate about, the things that you're great at doing, capitalizing on those things and using them as a driving force. But I've come to a place where I realize that my life is less about me and more about how I can use my life to serve. That's a Salah moment, because usually we get so engulfed in our lives and it's me, and we intake and we always want to be on the receiving end of things. Give me. But it takes maturity to get to a place where you realize that even those that are great, if you look at individuals like Malcolm X, you look at Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, you look at Steve Jobs, even look at Jesus Christ, who made the ultimate sacrifice. Those people that have been distinguished as great individuals, the greatest individuals that have ever walked this planet, the greatest individuals that have had the most impact, when you look at their lives and you see their accomplishments and you see the course of their lives and the directions that they've gone, they all carried a common goal, and that common goal was to serve humanity. They all used everything that they were given, everything that they were born with, their passion, their ability, their talent, their resources. They used it to serve humanity. And ultimately, that's what made them great, and that's how they built and left a legacy. We're all given gifts and talents. We all have certain passions. Use what you have to serve humanity. Use your gifts, use your talents, use your passion, use your voice, whatever you have. If it's your voice, if it's a great ability to style or do something in fashion, if it's an amazing business sense, or if you have just a knack with finances or math or whatever it is, right where you are, you can use what you have to serve someone else. You can use what you have to impact someone else's life. I think life becomes more valuable and our lives become more worthwhile when we realize that it's not just about us. My life, your life, is not just about you, but it's about how you can serve others with your life. How can you serve others with your life? You may say, well, guess what? I'm not the greatest person and I have all these issues. But guess what? You may have issues. We all have issues. Some of the greatest individuals that have walked the face of this planet has had issues. Does that mean you can't serve from where you are? Not at all. You can serve from where you are. Each and every person, regardless of your color, of your race, regardless of your profession, we all have something that we can give. They have something that they can share and contribute to the betterment of humanity as a whole. Use what's in your hand. There's a scripture in the Old Testament where there was an individual, Moses. His back was against the wall, and he was facing some hard times, and he was being chased by an army, and that was behind him, and in front of him was the Red Sea. It was a challenge. So by all sides he was being challenged, but he had to use what was in his hand to make a difference. He had to use what was in his hand. See, he could have looked for outward, external resources. I need this, or I'm going to be consumed or whatever. But he had to turn to ultimately what was in his hand. What was in his hand gave him the ability to change lives. What was in his hand gave him the ability to impact lives. What was in his hand created a miracle. What's in your hand? What What ability do you have? Because see, to you, whatever you have in your hand might be small, but to someone else it might be something great. You don't know the impact that what you can do can have on the life of someone else. Use what you have. Use what you have. Don't look at what other people have and what they're using, but use what you have to leave your footprint in the earth, to leave your handprint in the earth. Look at the life of Jesus Christ. He served humanity with his footprints. He served humanity with his blood, with his sweat, with his tears. He used everything that was inside of him to serve humanity and to make a difference. What are you doing to make a difference? We can always identify what the problems and what the issues are. But what separates the great from the mediocre are those that are able to not only identify, but to create solutions. Use what you have to create a solution. Be the solution. Be someone's solution. You may see someone crying, be their solution. You may see someone down, be their solution. You may see someone needs help in an area, be their solution. We are the salt of the earth and we are the light of the world. We were put here to make a difference. What are you doing with what's in your hand to make a difference?